Rocketry, Scene Fullers, take 4.5. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our next installment of our videos on rocketry. We're just about done. Hopefully you're just about done with your rocket too. The next two videos are going to be short and brief, but they're going to be very important for the stabilization and creation of a good, stable flight with your rockets. What are we calling these things?
I just call them stabilizers.
Stabilizers.
Keep your fin stable.
Yep, and that's going to be what we're going to be creating in this one. Mr. Cooper's going to take over on that one. So
I'll be showing you how to make fullers today, and then Mr. Kramer's going to show you how to attach them. Pretty simple, huh?
I'm going to set the timer on you with the Death Star back here, because you only have 5 minutes, Mr. Cooper.
I think you're the one that goes on for hours.
Okay, listen for this, everyone. When you hear that, his time is up. Let's go.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using some printer paper. If you need some more, feel free to just use any kind of printer paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this into quadrants. Make sure when you've got it folded, you run your thumbnail over that. It makes for a nice cleaner line. And then we're going to go the other way. Again, I'm running my thumbnail over here. And then you can either tear it or you can use scissors. I'm just going to tear it. Now, I don't know how many fins you're using. If you're using 3, obviously you're going to be needing to make 6, and if you have 4 fins, you're going to have to be making 8. So keep that in mind when you make these. So it's pretty simple, really. I'm just going to take a pencil here, and I'm going to roll the piece of paper as tight as I can along this pencil. Like that. And I'm just going to take a little piece of tape here and just enough tape to hold it in place. Okay, like that. And I'll continue this process until, since I've got 3 fins, till I have 6 of these made. You know, 1 for each side. If you need to, you can trim the fullers, and if your fins are longer, it's fine if it doesn't run the whole length of your fin. It'll just keep it stable. So they would look, so like on my rocket here, I'd have 1 on each side. And at this point, I'm going to have Mr. Kramer take over and show you how to attach these.
Now that you've placed your fullers, you know where they're going to go. It's time to go to the next step. You want to place a piece of tape the length of the fuller along the middle so it's centered like so. Get rid of the excess. See? Now we're going to reverse pull that sticky side back, exposing the fuller, so you can easily get it right into that angle where the fin matches the tank. Place it on there, making sure that the fin is staying perpendicular to the tank. And you want to make sure you work your thumbs right in there. And that's all there is to it, to putting on 1 fuller. On the other side, you'll notice that there is no fuller yet, and we're going to place that next one that Mr. Cooper made, like so. Get another piece of tape, place that right down the length of that tube, trim off the excess tape. See how it looks? Reverse pull, and place it on there, making sure that you work your thumb right, or your finger right along that angle and along the top angle too. And that, the reason they're called fullers is because it makes the angle full. Now what that does is it stabilizes the fin. It makes this much more stiff and resistant to tearing off of the side of the tank. The others that don't have it are a lot more floppy. This one, much more stiff, much more stable. Next after that, you want to take a length of tape. This time it can be a little bit longer than the fuller. And lay that right along the side, overlapping that previous piece of tape. And now you're working it mostly to the front end here. You want to close this gap. Do you see the gap that's in there? That's going to cause drag, and you want to close that off by having that piece of tape. On the other side, I'll show it to you again. Lay it right in there, working it, rubbing it nice and smooth, and then up in the front, you want to lay that right down, and it may extend the fin a little bit onto the front, like so, and that's okay, as long as it's in a straight line with the fin. Okay, and that completes the fuller construction. Show you from this angle. One last thing, you want to close those gaps in the back. That just takes a little tiny square of tape, and you can just place that right there, wrap it around, and seal that back so there's no backdraft. You've now locked that fin in place, and you're ready for final skin and decoration. Repeat that same process for all of the fins that you have. Remember, 2 fullers per fin, and repeat it for each fin. And that brings us to the conclusion of these fuller stabilization videos. We're ready to decorate, Mr. Cooper.